Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Be weary of false motives of others. I won't continue. Hi there, YouTube. Welcome to this video on the true meaning of forgiveness. Until recently, I thought I understood what the word forgiveness or what it meant to forgive somebody. I thought it meant not, having a grudge against somebody. I thought it meant trying to forget the past hurt and pain that they might have caused you. And I thought it meant, loving them anyway, despite the pain that they might have caused you. But I was mistaken, I was wrong. Forgiveness isn't about saying you forgive the person for hurting you or trying to forget the bad that they've done to you. Forgiveness actually means going into your creative imagination, going into your creative center and recreating the event. Recreating the event in the way that you would have liked it to have happened. So it's similar to being a potter in a potter's house. When you're trying to make a vase or you're trying to make something on a potter's wheel, if it's not looking the way that you want it to look, what do? You put it all back together again on the potter's wheel and start from the beginning. And forgiveness is the same thing. It's about going into your imagination, your beautiful, wonderful human imagination, and recreating the event from scratch. Doing everything from scratch in the way that you would like, you would have liked to see the event occur. So James in the Bible, in his epistle to the Roman, says forgiveness is the law of perfect liberty. He says forgiveness is the law of perfect liberty. That is amazing and so true. What he's saying is that when you go into your creative center, when you go into your imagination to recreate a particular event that, whose outcome that you're not too happy with, when you go into that creative center and recreate that event, you can recreate it in any way that you want. There is no judge there to say that you're doing it wrong. You are the judge. Nobody's going to come into your imagination. God resides in your imagination. No one's going to come in there and say, hey, you're creating this wrong. It is your free will. It's your freedom. You have free reign in your imagination, and you can create whatever worlds, whatever reality you want just through that human imagination. So forgiveness is the law of perfect liberty, and it's so true, because there is no law there. You create the law. You are a law unto yourself when it comes to your wonderful human imagination, the place where you can forgive yourself or forgive others who have wronged you. So I'll give you three actually. I'll give you three examples of what it means to forgive yourself or to forgive others. So for example, if you've lost your watch or maybe replaced your watch and you've tried very hard to find your watch and you're unable to find it, the way that you forgive yourself for losing the watch is at the end of the night, which is normally the best time to visualize, do your visualization work or your creativity work. Or if you forget to do it at night, you can do it in the daytime when you find some quiet time. Just close your eyes and go into that quiet place, into your imagination or the mind's eye, and create a scenario that works well for you. So for example, with your lost watch, you can imagine yourself, wearing the watch, or you can imagine yourself seeing the watch on your dressing table. So in the scenario, you could say to yourself, oh wow, look at this beautiful watch, either on the counter or on your wrist. Oh, look at my beautiful watch, look at my beautiful watch. And you repeat this scenario, this image in your mind's eye over and over and over again until you fall asleep. Or if it's in the daytime, you just repeat it over and over and over again until you have to go about your daily task. So the act of forgiving yourself when you've lost a watch is to go into your creative center and visualize seeing the watch on your wrist or on your counter. And you keep on doing this, you practice this constantly. You don't just do it one night and then that's it, you forget about it. You do it constantly, whenever you remember to do so at night, you just keep on repeating it over and over again until the watch reappears, or you magically manifest a new watch. So that's how you forgive yourself when you've lost the watch. Another scenario is, what do you do, or how do you forgive somebody who slaps you? You can't exactly, or they can't exactly take the slap back. So what you do is the same thing. You just go into your creative, imagination, your creative center, and just picture a whole new scenario with the person who's wronged you, the person who slapped you, and just imagine a new action taking place. So for example, you could see the other person giving you a hug instead of a slap. So in your mind's eye, you just keep on repeating the image of the person just hugging you and hugging you and hugging you and hugging you until you fall asleep. And you keep on doing this until you forget about the whole experience. They can't exactly take the slap back, so you just keep on doing it until it doesn't bother you anymore when you think about the person who slapped you, for example. So the third example is death. Who do you forgive? Do you forgive God? Do you forgive yourself? Do you forgive the one, who's parted from you, your beloved who's left you, who's suddenly died, your loved one? How do you go about forgiving yourself, or forgiving whoever, or forgiving God for the death of a loved one? Well, when it comes to death, it's very difficult. It's a very difficult one, but we have to realize that energy never dies. Nothing ever dies. Nobody ever dies. Energy moves from one form to another. Life is about ebb and flow, moving from one form to another. Life is just God playing different roles. And so when somebody dies, it's similar to them taking off a particular garment for a role that they were playing and moving on to, the next reality. So when it comes to life, life and death, yes, it's very painful when somebody dies and, departs from you, moves from this realm, this reality into another reality. But you just have to realize that nothing ever dies. They're not dead. They've just moved from one reality to the next reality. And of course it's easier said than done, but if you want to cry it out. The tears will hopefully help to cleanse you of your pain. The tears will help you to maybe stop you from being so attached to the person who's left the earthly reality, and help you realize that nothing ever dies. Everything is just ebb and flow. Life on earth is just about ebb and flow, ebbing and flowing of time. God appearing as one person and then appearing as another, taking of this garment because, his role in that garment, or his role as that person is over, so he moves on to, the next role. So nothing ever dies. So in terms of the death of a loved one, you forgive them by just, going over and over in your mind, in your creative center, and realizing that, saying to yourself that nothing ever dies. They're not dead. They've just moved on from one reality to the next. They've just taken off this earthly garment, this earthly garb. They've just taken it off and moved on to a different reality, nothing ever dies. So what is the true meaning of reality? The true meaning of reality is recreating, you being the potter and going back to the potter's wheel and recreating a negative reality that or a negative experience that you've had and changing it into a positive one. That is the true meaning of reality. So the true meaning of forgiveness. So next time, if somebody hurts you, or you have a bad day at the office, or have a bad day at school, or whatever, rather than going over the event and thinking, God, I can't believe this person did this to me. Oh God, I can't believe this person did this to me, and manifesting more and more and more of that stuff. What you need to do is go into your creative center at the end of the night. Go into your beautiful human imagination at the end of the night and recreate the event. Not in the way that it happened, but recreate it in a new way. That is the act of forgiveness. And you just keep on doing it daily, keep on doing it for different, scenarios in your life, different things that, haven't happened in the way that you would have wanted them to happen. You keep on doing it regularly on a daily basis, and soon you will actually be creating your reality. Everywhere you go, your reality will be created. It'll be like a miracle happening right before your very eyes. So it takes practice. With practice, you can get there. So again, if anybody hurts you or does anything wrong, just at the end of the night, just go into your creative center and recreate the event as if it never happened at all. So there's no need to feel pain and hurt and, oh God, he hurt me, and oh God, I can't believe she called me this and that. Forget about that. Recreate it. Recreate a new reality. And in time, when you recreate that reality, it'll become manifested. The reality that you recreate in your mind's eye, in your beautiful human imagination, will manifest before your very eyes. That, my friends, is the true meaning of forgiveness. It's got nothing to do with saying sorry or accepting an apology. Forget about the other person, forget about them, it's not necessary. It's to do with you and yourself. Because I am you and you are me. We are God, appearing as different people. So who are you going to forgive? If you're thinking of forgiveness in the old way, who are you forgiving? It's yourself, isn't it? Doing things onto yourself. So if that is the case, then go into your human imagination and recreate the life, the reality that you want to see before your very eyes. That is the true meaning of forgiveness. Take care. I hope you enjoyed this message. If you did, please subscribe, make any comments that you want to make, and stay tuned, and see you on the next video. Goodbye.